Quiet on the set, recording in progress. Okay, y'all been asking for it, and today I decided to give it to you. So, everybody loved my chicken bites. So, today the kids wanted to try this as because I use potato chips, like whatever type of chips that you got, you can use. Today they wanted to use the Funyun onion ring. So, I got that in my food processor. Okay, and today you are going to need a pack of onion soup, whatever kind, it don't matter. I'm using some soul seasoning, it don't matter what kind. And I have garlic powder. I don't know, I can't see it that much. But and I have a pack of ranch. It don't matter, you can use the cheap brand or the off brand. And I have the Goya packs of seasoning. Okay, and so I take my the food processor and I put my pack of onion soup inside the food processor, and then I put it I I cut up a lot of chicken, y'all, today because I gotta work. You know, I work nights, so I had to when I get home I don't be feeling like doing, like I ain't gonna feel like cooking. I kind of cook this up together. So I put the ranch. I put the onion rings on into the flour, y'all. So that's how I do that. So I just get that together real. I'm gonna get that together first before I start seasoning up my chicken. I tell you, we're gonna have some conversation, and I want to get a few people together right now before we even get started, because you know how people like to get on your page and talk crap. So yes, I am an ordained minister, and yes, I'm still a real person. Like I didn't get wings since I became ordained. I can't fly. I am not a superhero. I do not live in a magic bubble. I still have real life problems, and it is a lot that I go through. And so I'm gonna share a story with y'all, and because I want to be real with y'all. I told y'all that if I whatever I go through, I'm gonna be honest with you and tell you the truth. So, and if I can't be honest with you, then I don't really wanna. I really don't want to deal with you. I don't even want you to be on my page. So you're not held hostage here. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can keep on strolling. So just get a few people together right now before I even start telling my story. Um, what else did I want to say? I think that's about it. So yeah, like if you're not held hostage here, if you're not open minded, please keep on strolling. If you like married and you don't have no problems in your marriage, then please keep on strolling. If you perfect and closed minded and you don't you don't live in the real world with us, then please keep on strolling. Okay? So let me get y'all together right now. Okay, and so I have been with my husband. Well, we've only been married for 2 years, and we was together for 12 years. We've been together for the last 12 years. I hesitated to get married because I knew that this exactly thing was gonna happen. Before I even got married, I just knew I was holding out for a reason. So I'm gonna keep on cooking while I'm talking, y'all, because I wanna. So remind y'all. I told y'all the ingredients. If you didn't see in the beginning, then go ahead and watch it from the beginning. So I'm cooking, y'all, and I gotta plug up my food processor, y'all. I gotta grind up I gotta grind up my stuff, so I wanna grind that up. Okay, so I got that grinded. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my chicken, y'all. This is a lot of chicken because, like I said, I work nights and I gotta prepare for a couple of days for a meal for the kids. So Okay. So I should have had these open, but I forgot to open them. So okay, let me grab my pickle juice, y'all, because I put pickle juice on my chicken breast. I use pickle juice and fries. That's the ingredient that I forgot to tell y'all. I got this big old thing of pickle juice from 71st Street, y'all. I got the big old pickle, well, the pickles. So I pour that into my and I'm gonna let this sit. So this gonna sit for a few hours. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, so I need somebody that like think on the level that I think on. It's like I really just got married for the sake of the kids because I wanted my kid. I grew up without a mother and a father. Like my father left my mother, and I didn't want my kids to go through that. So I'm like, I just got married, and I found out that you just can't do that because your happiness is very important. And when we first got together, we was on the same level. I was 30, and I like to party and stuff, and he liked to party. But when I had kids, the party was over. Like I didn't want to party anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up. The kids grew me up, and I started wanting more. Like I started coming back to my upbringing, where I wanted to grow my business. I wanted to start a business, and I wanted to, I wanted more out of life than I did when I was just single. That I didn't, and it seemed like sometimes men don't grow up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying all men is like that, but sometimes they still want to party, and when you have kids, it's like, I don't know. The party was over for me. I stopped drinking. I don't smoke weed. I don't do like none of the stuff that I used to do. And so that put a strain on the relationship right there, right then and there. That you wanting to do, whatever you do. Tell them, whoever that is, I'm busy right now because I'm recording. I'm recording. So who's that? Well, I'm recording. So, what what email? Who's that? Is that hello? I'm so sorry, y'all. Hold on one second. Hello? What email? I don't even know who's talking. I am so sorry, y'all. That was I my book is coming out, so that was the publishing company asking me about he was telling me he sent the email. So sorry about that. Okay. Um what I was gonna say, I don't want him to hear what I'm saying. So if I stop while he here, then I don't wanna I really don't I really don't care who, like, no, but I just don't want to say. But anyway, like I said, sometimes you grow apart. You grow apart because you cannot stay together with somebody because for the sake of the kids. And then that's the rule number one that you cannot do. But I ain't about to say that in front of the kids because I'm about to have them to come help me do this. Come here, Random. Come open this up and season this for me. But yeah, so I soak my chicken inside the come open that up for me. The soul seasoning. Yeah. The soul seasoning. That right there. Yeah. The soul seasoning. Yeah. Open that up and post some in here for me. So yeah, and I got on gloves, y'all. I have to go get in that chicken because I got a whole big old bowl of look at all this chicken, y'all. Yeah, come on. Go ahead. And you gotta open it all the way up. Is it open already? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Pour it in. Okay, that's good. Now give me the next The next seasoning, give me the garlic powder. The garlic powder right here, babe. Got it. I'll get back to it. Just this conversation is not for the kiddos. Okay, go ahead, babe. Pour the garlic powder. Okay, that is good. Now the next seasoning. I'm gonna jump right back into it, y'all. Yes. Okay, go ahead. Okay, that's good. Um, you got all the seasoning in there? Nice and seasoned. You can you ain't put that in there? Oh, you can open up the Goya and put it in there. Hold, give me one. Okay, so what I'm doing now, y'all, I'm seasoning up the chicken. I don't want to touch the camera with my fingers, so. But this is the chicken. I showed y'all the recipe to so this the little chicken bites. I cut them in little bite size, and everybody love my chicken bites, so I just decided everybody been asking me to show them how to cook it, so I decided to go ahead and cook it live. So go ahead and open up the onion soup for me. I'm gonna get right back to the conversation. Like I said, the conversation not for the kiddos. But as soon as they leave out, I'm gonna go back right back to it. Come on back. Throw that in there. I'm trying to teach them how to cook too, y'all, because I want them to learn how to cook. Even though I'm not about to cook this, go ahead, give me the Goya. Please. Did you season it with that the other season or something? Yeah. Put up the ranch powder. Yeah. Then we're gonna do the ranch powder. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I'm seasoning. I'm like massaging my seasoning inside of my go ahead. Good job, sweetie. Okay, now give me the ranch. I'm seasoning a lot of chicken right now because this gonna be for like while I'm at work. All they have to do is just grab it and fry it. Well, I don't know. My husband just had surgery. Go ahead, and put it. And so just pour it all in, babe. Don't pour it all in so I can. Okay, thank you, love. Take them packages and throw them in the garbage because remember you gotta clean up as you go along. Okay. Okay, you done? Put the pickles back in the refrigerator for me, sweet. I use the pickle juice. Okay. Okay. All right. So, like I said, sometimes that sometimes sometimes in a relationship you grow apart. And sometimes in relationships, some you grow apart. And it's and it's okay. And you shouldn't feel bad if you feeling like you growing and the person remaining the same, and don't let that person hold you back because you growing and they're not. So and it's like, when you grow, you don't let nobody make you feel bad and make them don't let them feel like you have to stay with them to be able to take care of the kids together and stuff like that. It's a difference between two parent homes. Like you don't have to stay together to be able to have two parents. Because if he a real man, then he'll come and see his kids and do whatever he need to do. And if he don't, then he probably wasn't doing it when he was in the home anyway. Or I don't know. However that go, I don't know. I ain't, and he not a bad person. I'm not saying that he a bad person, and because he a good person, no, but we just grew apart, and I'm okay with I'm okay with us separate. Like we talked about it, and like I'm okay with us going our separate ways. Okay, so the juicy part is now this. Okay, now don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm gonna tell you the story that when I was 19, I uh I met this guy. I was working at a grocery store, and I met this guy named D'Artagnan. And we he taught me so much. I'm telling you, like if it wasn't for him, I would never had a business mindset. Well, I owe it to a lot of people, but like he actually had a business, and he let me, run it. It was like I was able to learn how to do it. It was hands-on learning. Like as I was learning, he taught me how to do it. Like he had a bar, and then as like we was together, he bought the hotel that was right inside the bar, and it was like and it was a casino, but he didn't own the casino. He bought the hotel and he had the bar, and I was able to get to run the bar, and sometimes I'll do hosting at the hotel. I had to order the tissue and all the supplies that we needed to run a place. I had to run the hotel. Like I'm watching what I'm saying, y'all, so. Because I don't want to be getting to art. But what I was gonna say. So so I met him, and I was used to work at when I met him. I was working at a grocery store. He wanted a bottle of liquor that we didn't have in stock, and so I let my chicken sit for a minute. So he wanted a bottle of liquor that we didn't have in stock, and so he asked me to. Oh no, I told him that when we came in stock, I would let him know. Like, so he gave me his card, and he was asking. I don't know. We was just having small talk, and he asked me. I was just telling him about a drink that I used to make, and he was asking me about bartending. He was like, have you ever thought about being a bartender? Because you sociable, and you're a person that people like to talk to. And so I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. Take off my gloves. So that's how I met. And he I'm sorry. So this is how my chicken look, y'all. It's nice and red and nice and it's nice and seasoned, and it's seasoned very well. And then the longer you let the season sit on the chicken, the better the chicken comes out. So it comes out like really well when you the longer you let it sit. And so I put my flour and onion powder inside my ranch season. Oh, and okay, so I'm so we was like having small talk. Let me get back to what I was saying. We was having small talk, and he asked me about bartending, and I forgot all about him. Really, I had took his card because he gave me his card. I took his card, and one day I was doing inventory at the store, and I ran across his card, and I'm like, oh yeah, we have it in stock. So I decided to call him, and I was like, we got that bottle of liquor that you wanted in stock, and we hit it off there. You know what I'm saying? He convinced me that I was a good bartender, and so he had me to come and work at the bar for a while. Now, I don't know, and then our relationship just got on from there. But it's the whole story is in my book, and we just we hit it off, and we got into like a extremely like okay. First we was friends though, because like we didn't mess around for years, like at least 3 years until I met him. So we was friends first, and the wonderful thing about him is like I never had to try to impress him, like because I wasn't trying to get with him. We was just friends, and he was my boss. I was working for him, So he knew the real me, not my representative, not the person that that you try and hide. Or he knew me, and me for um he accepted me for being me. He ain't trying to change me. And let me grab that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was never trying to impress him or nothing like that. So that's what made the relationship good right there. Because, like I said, he met the true person I was because I wasn't trying to impress him or I wasn't doing anything like that. And, sit that to the side. And, so we just hit it off and we just kind of remained friends. And then, I don't know, one day, let me tell you what he did to me. He said, a envelope full of money on the bar, like around the bar where I was at. And I counted the money and wrote how much money was on the bar, on the envelope. And then a few hours later he came and I told him, I'm like, somebody left this money out. Whatever. And he hugged me like he lost the money or whatever. And come find out he had set me up he wanted to see what type of person I was, or did he want to deal with me. He was, setting me up to see, you know, and my mother raised me well, y'all. And we didn't steal, you know what I'm saying? I done my share of stuff, but that one thing I was not a thief. So I just gave him the money. and um, so from there he fell in love, basically. He was like, damn, that's what he's telling me. And so I'm gonna find out he was married. You know what I'm saying? Like he had made me fall in love with him and all of this stuff. Then come to find out he was married. And then I found out, he was a big time former gang. Like he was a gang leader, but he was not active as an active member at the time when I met him. Like he had grown up, he was like, getting away from that life. And but he was married. He never told me that he was married until one day. Well, he did tell me he was married, but it was a week before his wife showed up at the bar. But I was like, we was already kicking it and spending time together. Like I was in deep. Like I didn't, he never, I was already in, and I was like already had failed for him by the time I found out he was married. But he was telling me, me and my wife is we're not on good terms, and he was basically, they was in the middle of divorce, and he said he wouldn't have never messed around with me if he was all in love with his wife and they was on good terms. He wouldn't have never got with me. And so to clean up my sentence. So so I want to talk about his wife. So basically, we had a whole big old thing. Anyway, his past ended up catching with him. Now I was already in love with him. This is the best man I've ever been with. Like he had taught me everything. He was like, he gave me my first everything, like my first ring. He took me on vacations. Like he was a really, really good man. He did a lot. And it was like only thing that he did was not tell me that he was married. I feel like still he should have been upfront with me and told me that. But when she came by, she confirmed that they wasn't on good terms. I think she had cheated on him first, and then doing he was doing his thing now since she cheated on him. And then he was like, he tried not to mess around with me, but he tried to find reasons not to like me. That's why he tried to do the money thing to set me up to see. I did not take one damn penny out that money. And he was trying to figure out, he was trying to find a reason not to like me, but ended up falling in love with me because he tried to set a trap for me and fell in himself. And so okay, let me hurry up. So anyway, he ended up going to jail because his past caught up with him, and he went to jail. And I was trying to go and see him and stuff. I went to see him a few times. He told me I made him too soft. That he wouldn't let me come and see him while he was locked up. And he just, it was, and I was already, and I was like so in love that I couldn't even function without him because I was like so into him, like so deep because it was like he was my whole world. I was just that much into him because he was like real good, and no man have never been that good to me, and no man haven't been that good to me ever since either. Okay, I'm just beyond. Been on trips and been nice, but nobody. I didn't develop a friendship with them where I could be myself. Like he knew me and I could be myself with him. I ain't have to. He didn't try to change me, and that's what made our relationship like just the bomb. And so when he went to jail, he didn't let me come and see him. He said I made him too soft. I tried to come see him again, and then he took me off the visit. So I'm a fast forward. Now, about a year ago, I wrote my book, and it was probably a little over a year. Anyway, last year I decided I was gonna get him a copy of my book because I wrote about him. You know what I'm saying? It was he, not the whole book wasn't about him, but it was a part in the book about him. And I, telling like how he made me feel, and I didn't understand. And I talked about him on a few podcasts that I joined, and the love for him just never went away, y'all. Because, like I said, no man has ever. I have not experienced that with anybody else, and I've probably been holding out because I was waiting on him. Because I'm like, well, I'm waiting on him because he told me if he ever got out of jail, then he would, come and find me. And that was damn it. Oh, wait. It was damn it 20 something years. And I've been in relationships and I tried to love and I did a lot of stuff. I went on, tried to move on with my life, but I never really moved on totally with my life. And uh let me see. So anyway, I gave him the book, y'all. And then just like maybe a month ago, he told me, he told me to come and like he, sent word from his nephew, and his nephew said, he told his nephew to bring me up there to see him. And so I went to go see him about 2 weeks ago. I went to see him while he was locked up. He told me, I'm getting out in 6 months. He's like, I'm not getting out on parole. I'm getting out on because I did all my time, so he's not getting out on parole. And we sat there for like a few hours and like the visiting time, and we talked. And it was like no time had passed. I mean, oh God, jail just looked good on him. He had aged a bit. And I'm like, oh, like I done got fat. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't look like I ain't nothing like the hot mama I used to be. I didn't gain weight, and damn, he still look good. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Help me, Lord. And so we had a conversation. He was like, well, when I get out, I'm going to work release. He said, I'm not going to lay up on a woman because, women lose respect for you if you have to take care of them. It's like he about to build his business. And then he told me, tell the world who you are. He said, go get that book out there. He said, in 6 months when I get out, I want you to have that book published. He said, get that book published because that is one of the best books he ever read. He's like, he read a lot of books while he was locked up. And he said that he was like, he read that book. Like, he was like, he was amazed by the stuff that I've been through and, all the stuff that I had to say. He was like, wow. And he said, tell the world who you are. Don't get this book published and start promoting the book right now. He said, start promoting it before you even get it before it's go into production. Start promoting your book and telling people about it and all stuff like that. And I'm so that's what I'm basically gonna get it together. And he's saying, he's need to get himself together because he not gonna be a burden on anybody. When he got out, he wasn't gonna be, he a real man. He ain't about to shack up with nobody. He ain't about to do like none of the things. He wasn't gonna do that. He was like, well, he gave himself a 5-year plan to get everything together. And he said, he gave me, was honest with him up front, like, I'm married, got kids, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, and I was, I told him everything ain't working well. I'm damn it out the door. Shit is not how I want it to be. Excuse my French. And I'm like, because he ain't on my level, like, of thinking. Like, I need somebody that's an intellectual, that's wanting something. Like, you want a business, you want something out of life. Like, I need somebody that I can vibe with, that can understand that, life ain't no party. It's time to, get a business going, get something. It's like life is just passing by and you ain't on nothing. And I'm just like, and the stuff that he said to me, I was like, damn. It was like I just knew that connection never left. And I'm just like, damn, he talking all the stuff that I've been looking for, all the language and all getting the stuff together, the 5-year plan. Like, now this man in jail, he got all his plans, he know everything that he about to do. He know like everything, he just got it together. He got himself together and he already talking about building his business and talking about like all of the stuff. And he was like, we're gonna take it slow as friends. Like, because it's been 20 years. We might not vibe like how we used to vibe when we was young. Like when I was younger, we might not have that same vibe and whatever. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna get to know each other again. And we got that 5-year plan. And he said, figure out what you're gonna do inside your marriage, or if you're gonna stay for the kids, or if you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, we decide we're gonna be friends. But he was like, we're gonna be business partners too. So, because he got that business mindset. He ran businesses, and I'm like, he told me to go get your LLC, which I've done. I've did that before he told me to do that, and I'm like, yeah, I already did that. He's like, well, go, get your LLC, go get the bond, burn something, so where I can go get Brad Street and Dunn or something. He told me to go get that so I can go get a loan, go and get a business number. And, a lot of stuff he just like he already know everything to do. Is like, oh God, everything that I just been missing. Like, oh my God. And so I'm just like, I don't want to hurt nobody. Like, because I heard a lot of people in the past, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be straight up and honest, and with my kid's father, I'm gonna be honest with him and tell him, he already know I went to go see him, so everything that I'm telling him. But we've been arguing about it and stuff. He been mad, and I really don't care, But my goal was not to hurt him. My goal is like, you ain't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to. I'm trying to build and do something, and you want to drink and kick in and smoke weed. And I know that money that you use to smoke weed and drink, like, you could have been putting that towards something. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this man already, everything that I've been working on, he been working on too. And I'm just like, well, we're gonna be business partners, but we're gonna be friends. Like, I'm not gonna cheat, because before I decide that, before I even kiss this man, I'm gonna be divorced. You know what I'm saying? Before anything ever going So that's why we got that 5-year friendship plan to be friends and build on ourselves. Because while we working on building ourselves and our business and stuff, we're gonna work on, being friends or whatever. So, and that's why I'm at with it, y'all. I'm just like, and I sat here just to be honest with y'all, because I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be like, oh, marriage is perfect and life has been great for me, and like that's a lie. And then people tell you that they got the perfect life, and oh, I'm just gonna work on my marriage because I got married. No, people get divorced all the time, and it's okay. Don't let nobody make you feel bad because you grew up. I mean, you remain the same, and I changed. So you're not gonna hold me back because I'm not gonna let anybody hold me back because it's like you can't let the person that sit beside you hold you back in the stuff that you wanting to do. And everybody in your life ain't gonna go with you. Everybody ain't gonna grow with you when you decide to grow up and do stuff and get your business. Everybody ain't gonna come with you, and people gonna try and hold you back and naysayers and all of this and that. It's like, everybody ain't on that same level with you to join you on your journey. So you have to decide, what it is, what's for you and what's not for you. And some people we try to keep in our life. I got this from Tyler Perry. Some people we try to keep in our life for a lifetime, and they only meant to be in our life for a season, and we try to hold on to it, and and then we end up getting hurt ourselves in the long run. We get up held back from our blessing, held back from a lot of things. And I didn't just decide to, don't get me wrong, I didn't decide to just leave him because it was somebody else, because that's not that's not it at all, because it'll never work. If that was my angle, it wasn't never work, but it was everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like I was already having the problem before I was, and I was just like, trying to hang on for the kids, hang on, kiddos job. But I just decided, it ain't it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work because so my life ain't perfect. You see me on here recording and promoting my business and doing everything, and yeah, I'm a minister, but my life ain't perfect. Now most ministers wouldn't even tell you this. They wouldn't even be honest with you and tell you what they've been through and what they're going through in their life. You know what I'm saying? Most ministers they gambling, they got sex addictions, because I cancel with them. Okay. I got the 42 pastors that and they're not perfect. So you can't put people in this magic bubble and expect them to be perfect. Just because we got a relationship with God didn't make us perfect. Like it didn't make us become like immortal. You know what I'm saying? It just made us be able to share our testimony with people, because that's why I'm ordained. Is the pastor who I was under, he pushed me to doing it. I just wanted to sing. That's all I wanted to do. And like sometimes when I was up there singing, I would just just start ministering out, and then he just felt like I should be a minister. And so I never really wanted to be a minister, but they pushed me to just doing it. And I'm like, I feel like God knew who I was when he chose me. And then I feel like I'm ordained to tell people my story. I'm ordained to tell people life ain't perfect and I ain't phony. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people they become Christians and they become wearing them long skirts, but you hiding something under that black skirt bow. And you get to judging everybody and telling everybody, what this is. And you hiding something under that big old hat. Okay. You come to church and act like, that your life is just great. And that's not true. I'm here to tell you a lot of problems began once I became a minister, like, because it's a lot of stuff that just, I don't know, people hold you to the standard, and everybody, you trying to live up to what people expect you to be. Like, don't let nobody make you try and be who you not. Because I know who I am, and I really don't care about people's judgment and what they have to say about me, and I don't care what they got to say about this video. You know what I'm saying? I simply just don't. And I just wanted to share my story to let people know that life is not perfect, and becoming a minister or whatever you do with your life when you give it to God, it's not, your life don't become perfect. You know, you don't live in no magic bubbles. I can't fly. I don't got no wings. Like, I'm just me, and I'm able to tell people where God have brought me from, because He brought me a mighty long way, and He still got work to do on me. Just honestly, He got a lot more work to do on me. That's why I'm here. You know, and I live to tell my story. Like, all the stuff that I've been through, like, that's why I got the book coming out. I live to tell my story about where God had brought me from. And my story is telling. I put on my book as BC, before Christ. So, and I tell, and my book is telling. And I just, as honest as I was with you right now and telling you on what I'm going through, I was just as honest in my book. Like, you know, life ain't perfect, and I'm not gonna get on YouTube or Facebook and no social media and act like, oh, you know, I'm this big great person. My life is perfect. No, I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. Right now, I'm still working on everything that I'm doing. So I love you guys. I am about to cook some of this good old chicken, and I been on here for, oh my God, for 40 something minutes. So I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. You know, I work nights, y'all, so I'm sometimes I don't get to do my recordings as often as I would, but I was off today, and okay. Okay, hold on one second. And then I don't get to do my recordings as much as I should, but y'all, I'm really working on it, being consistent. I'm starting a group called the Internship to Wisdom, so we could get consistent. So, because I'm looking for like people who on the same journey with me, that's starting to build something, whatever it is that you're building, and you need people to hold you accountable. So that's what I'm working on. The Internship to Wisdom is coming soon, y'all. I love y'all so much, and I will see you guys real soon. Have a blessed evening, y'all. Love, peace, positive energy, abundance from me to you. Have a great night.